All right. Hi, everyone. We're back with me in my office, and we are going through just some more information. We did touch on a little bit earlier with summer, but now we're going to go a little bit more in depth and talk a little bit more about some information. So just bear with me one moment. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get started. Playing from the beginning. All right, so FAU. So we have about 30,000 students that are on our campus. We have 6 different campuses that you can choose from, and freshman students start at either our Boca Raton or our main campus or our Jupiter campus, our Wilkes Honors College. So FAU was also ranked as one of the top 10 schools with the best total package. So cost of attendance, so the cost to attend FAU is really affordable. So really excited that cost of attendance is really cheap here. Job opportunities are really good, and then, of course, the career earnings that you need in order to afford your living as an adult is really beneficial. Talking a little bit about our colleges. So our College of Arts and Letters, that is our political science major. Our political science majors are architecture majors. Our College of Business, our architecture, our sociology majors. Our College of Business has our accounting, our business management, finance, all of those different things. Our College of Social Work and Criminal Justice is pretty self-explanatory. So our College of Education, that is all of our majors from elementary education, early child care education, and exceptional student education. Our College of Engineering and Computer Science, that is one of our more academically rigorous programs. As you heard earlier, we have mechanical, civil, electrical, and computer engineering. Our Wilkes Honors College, like I said, is located on our Jupiter campus. If you are looking for a smaller, academically rigorous atmosphere, definitely check out the Honors College. If you want to pursue medicine in the future, become a doctor, we do have a medical school here. Our College of Nursing, that is one of our most academically competitive majors to be admitted into. We accept about 100 students every year into our nursing program every year. And then last but not least, our College of Science, that is our biology, chemistry, exercise science for any of those who are interested in physical therapy or sports medicine, neuroscience, psychology, and the like. Now, mentioning our 6 different campuses, they all border this beautiful coastline that you see here on this screen. Our other campuses, such as our Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute, which is located in Fort Pierce, Florida, about an hour and change north of us. That's where our marine science students do research. Our Davie campus is primarily a transfer student campus, as we share that space with Broward College, one of the local community colleges here in the area. Our downtown Fort Lauderdale campus is where our architecture students do their remaining 3 years, as that's a 5-year program with us. And then last but not least, our Dania SeaTac campus, which is for our ocean engineering majors. Talking a little bit about our Student Success Network, you heard about it a little bit earlier on today, but this is such a critical success network for you because it helps you in all different aspects of your time here at FAU. So your financial aid counselor, they help you with all things money in order to help you afford your education here at FAU. So any questions about scholarships, grants, student loans, they were able to help you with that, work study opportunities. Skipping over to your academic advisor, yes, they help you pick your classes and making sure that you're on track to graduate, but they also talk to you about what your passions are. What is it that is motivating you to pursue the major that you want. If you're undecided, what are some of the things that you're interested in? Because from there, we'll help you pick the right major. And then from there, that is where your Career Center counselor kicks in. As you heard Caitlin talk about in our student life session, they're the ones to help you find internships, part-time jobs on campus, helping you practice your interview skills, prepping your resume so that way it's send off ready to send to employers for job opportunities. And yes, of course, as you're graduating, helping you land that full-time job. And it's all customized to you the moment that you're accepted here at the university. So our honors opportunities, like you heard earlier, we do have our University Honors Program that's based here on the Boca Raton campus. It is your first 2 years, and from there, they also help you transition into pursuing honors in your major, whether that's in the College of Nursing, the College of Business, and you might have heard of that in your college sessions earlier on today. And of course, our Wilkes Honors College, which is located in Jupiter. So talking a little bit about research, you can get involved in research from your freshman year through the Office of Undergraduate Research and Inquiry. You can do work like what you see here on the screen, working with our marine wildlife. They are some of the most adorable sea turtles that you can see. You can be working at any of our world-renowned research institutions that we have on our Jupiter campus, such as Max Planck or Scripps. Or you could be working in the liberal arts and doing research as a business major. As you heard, if you saw any of our introduction videos earlier on this morning, we had 3 gentlemen that created our locket plates here on campus that we use in our Atlantic Dining Hall. So starting off in your freshman year, you can get paired with a peer mentor. And then as you're progressing through your sophomore, junior, and senior year, you can start your own research project, or you can begin working with a faculty member on their research project. Now, talking a little bit about career exploration and coaching, there's so many different things throughout your 4 years for how to navigate what you want to do as your career outlook. I know that this was something that was so important for me, as when I started as an undergraduate student, I started off as a political science major and graduated as a communications major, now working full-time in education. So there's so many different ways through our Career Center and through your respective colleges where you can do different networking opportunities, internships, and also even looking at graduate school, getting a master's degree. I'm a person who does have a master's. I graduated in 2019 with my master's in higher education leadership, and that was all about working in a college environment and helping students like you progress through your academic career. And we do all of these various different events, and oftentimes they're free, and there's a lot of opportunities where you can network not only with alumni, but also with employers right here in our local community. This is, for example, where some of our students have landed in the past few years. You can see some big names on there, like the Miami Heat, Disney, General Motors, Google. I have 2 friends who work at Google, and it is really interesting to see the type of work that they have going on. Student life. This is my favorite slide because this was something that mattered so much to me as a student, as an undergraduate student, because although transitioning from high school to college, I was already a rather extroverted student. Coming onto campus and meeting so many people, I was definitely someone who was kind of nervous about making friends. And luckily, as I started going out to more of the events like the football games, homecoming, I started meeting people who I had similar interests with and just kind of hung out with. I met a lot of friends eating in the dining hall or just even walking to class and even in my classes because they were also my study buddies. Some of the more popular clubs on campus are student government, sorority and fraternity life, the program board, which plans some of our bigger events. Like you heard Jermaine talk about, our home opener bonfire and concert happens before the first home game every year. Next year in the fall, it'll be played against the University of Florida, so that's going to be super interesting. Homecoming and Parent and Family Weekend are also huge. Every year we have a week of welcome during the first week of classes, so you can start seeing all of the various clubs and organizations. just a few weeks ago, we had goat yoga on campus, so you could do yoga and play with the goats. So that is also some of the really cool smaller events that we have on campus. Now, as you all are either juniors or sophomores, you're starting to gear up and learn about the steps to apply. So for my juniors who are now going to be rising seniors, these are your steps to applying. The application opens up every year on August 1st, okay? So put that in your phone, on your calendar. August 1st is when the application will open up. Now, you have two options as to how you want to apply, but only pick one when you begin your application process. You can choose to either do it through our native application that's hosted right on our FAU website, or you can apply through the Common App. So if you are a student who is applying to multiple schools, definitely choose the Common App so that way you can keep track of all of the institutions you're applying to. Also, if you are interested in our Wilkes Honors College, they do have a separate application within the Common App. So if you have a stronger interest to our Wilkes Honors College in Jupiter, definitely check that one out. There is a $30 application fee associated with either application, but if you are a student that qualifies for an SAT or ACT fee waiver, definitely ask your high schools about those fee waivers, as they'll be able to supply that to you and you can send it to FAU. Your second step is submitting your student self-reported academic record, also known as a SAR. So this is super important. So instead of sending a transcript to FAU, you will actually enter all of your grades from 9th grade to what you have in progress your senior year into the SAR. So 9th, 10th, and 11th grade will have grades, and then your senior year, you'll list in progress. And you want to make sure in the drop down of the SAR, you indicate whether those classes are honors, AP, IB, dual enrollment, things like that. And then the third and the final step is submitting your test scores. So as of right now, FAU is not a test optional school. All the public schools here in the state of Florida are not test optional currently at this time, but continue to monitor throughout the summer, especially for my juniors, as we do take our guidance from Tallahassee and our Board of Governors in regards to how SAT and ACT scores will be impacting your application process this upcoming school year. So these are some of the things that we are looking for when we are reviewing your application. So of course, what you see on the left-hand side are typical course requirements. So we are primarily looking at your core classes. So your Englishes, your maths, your sciences, social studies, foreign language, we're definitely looking at those. When it comes to academic electives, those are electives like AP Computer Science or AP Art History, but electives like PE, band, underwater basket weaving, those aren't going to count in the GPA that we are looking at when we're reviewing your application. And then what you see on the right-hand side are for some recommendations for students who are looking to go into some of our more academically rigorous fields, such as our science majors, engineering, architecture, nursing. Especially for our engineering students, we are looking for you to at least attempt calculus while in high school, because that is one of your foundational math courses in the engineering program. And of course, if any of you here are interested in music, all of our music majors require an audition. So please keep that in mind as you are applying. Be on the lookout. Check out our Department of Music's webpage to see when those auditions will be taking place. Now here at FAU, we do something that is called term-specific admissions. So we always encourage our students to apply for the term that they want to be accepted for. Now, however, based on your GPA, test score, or your major, because as I mentioned earlier, some of our majors are a little bit more academically rigorous to be admitted into. If we are unable to admit you for the term that you want, let's say for the fall term, we will automatically consider you for the other semesters that we offer, such as summer, and as well as our pathway programs that you see here on the screen. So we will always consider you for admissions throughout multiple avenues before deferring or denying a student. Now, this is our student profile. This is, I want to stress, our average. So these are not our minimums, not our maximums, but just on average what our students did come in with when they were applying as freshmen. So you can see, yes, there is a difference between GPA and test score between the fall and summer terms because fall is more academically competitive to be admitted into. Like I said, our GPAs are weighted and recalculated, so do keep that in mind. And yes, we do super score both the SAT and the ACT. You do not have to do the essay portion of either exam. So if you are able to safely sit for an exam more than once, we definitely encourage you to do so. These are some super important deadlines that you're going to encounter as you're going through the application school year. So like I said, applications open up on August 1st of every year, and these are the deadlines. So our merit-based scholarship deadline is December 1st. So you want to make sure that you submit your application, your grades, and your test scores by December 1st, so that way we can consider you for our merit-based scholarship. There is not a separate application for the merit-based scholarships. Your application to FAU doubles as your merit-based scholarship application. So please make sure that you are applying before December 1st, so that way we can consider you for those. And also, once you get accepted, the deadline to commit to the university, and I know we do have some seniors here in our session, is May 1. So for any seniors who are here, please remember that next week, Saturday, is the deadline to commit to the university. So, and then for my juniors, that will be May 1st of next year for you all. Now, as we're coming up on towards the end of our time here, please make sure that you fill out the FAFSA. It is so important. The FAFSA is the best way for you to get money, not only from the federal government, but also from the state and FAU. We do like to have your FAFSA on file. The FAFSA opens up every year on October 1st, which is actually the same day that we begin releasing our admissions decisions. So every year, the FAFSA and our admissions decisions begin to go out on the same day. So keep that in mind. Now, also, so for our juniors, your FAFSA is going to be the 2022-2023 FAFSA. And that is so weird to say sometimes, but that is what is going to be your FAFSA for the fall and the spring semester. Now, we also do have some students who start in the summer, and that FAFSA form that you'll fill out is the 2021-2022 FAFSA, so that way you can get financial aid. So for any students who think they want to start in the summer, which typically begins in June, you'll fill out 2 FAFSAs, and it's super easy because they're both free. So please keep in mind the FAFSA is free. Now, also here at FAU, we do have some institutional scholarships that we house through the Office of Financial Aid. Those scholarships typically open up in mid to late January of every year. So for my incoming juniors, our institutional scholarship application will open up in mid to late January 2022. And those typically close around late May, early June, or late June. So you have a lot of time to apply for those scholarships. Those do have separate scholarship applications, and they're all housed through the Office of Financial Aid. And you do have to have the FAFSA on file in order to be considered for those. So please make sure you have your FAFSA on file, whether you do it after you complete your application, while you're completing your application. Just make sure to fill it out. It's super important. And a lot of these institutional scholarships are not just first year specific. You can apply for these scholarships throughout your time at FAU, as some of these institutional scholarships do have different requirements. So you may have to be a business major. You may have to have a certain amount of college credit in order to apply for some of those institutional scholarships. So you have a lot of opportunity to apply for those throughout your 4 years here at FAU. And then last but not least, the last thing on our Pathways to Pay to touch on is Raise.me. That is an online platform where students like you can earn money in the form of micro scholarships by simply doing things that you have accomplished in high school. So, for example, coming for a campus tour, or getting an A in a core class, or getting a certain score on an AP exam, that can earn you money. And it's free for you to join. And that's the link to join for FAU. It is free to join. It's just like Twitter or Instagram, where you can follow multiple schools on the Raise.me platform and earn money with each individual school. Now, to keep in mind, when you're doing Raise.me, once you pick a school, you will only get the money that you raise with that individual school. So please keep that in mind. And also, you can backdate your Raise.me all the way to what you have accomplished beginning in your freshman year of high school. So although now you may be a sophomore or a junior, you can incorporate stuff from your first year in high school. Now, this is the goal that we are getting ready to get you to. We want you, because right now we are gearing up for our first in-person graduation season since the pandemic begun, and we all hope that in 4 years, that will be you. We want you to be bright, shining, and smiling with us, taking a picture with Owsley on graduation day for your parents and your family to see. That is why here at FAU, we will do anything that we can to make sure that you are successful here and you walk across the stage having an amazing college experience. Now, that is your time here with us today. I want to thank you all so much for joining us, and we hope to be seeing you on campus safely soon in the future. So with that, have a great afternoon, have a great weekend, and go Owls.